Yo, yo, yo. It's D.Arthur in the building. Talking to you guys today about no-fap, the power of seed retention. The power of seed retention. Why is the act of retaining, let's say, seminal fluid, not fapping, abstaining from masturbation, why can it transcend you into a new type of let's say area in your life, and some new heights that you never really thought that you could really reach. You see, when you make the conscious decision to go on no-fap, what the body is telling the brain is, this man has to increase, he's lacking in something, and he's not optimizing his attractiveness, his sexual market value. And the thing is, if you start going, let's say, on no-fap for a little bit of time, there's going to be some core things that pretty much change about you. And if you do this properly, you're going to have, there's going to be a difference in your life. You're going to have your primal instincts is going to shoot through the roof. Your testosterone is going to shoot through the roof. But the thing is, it's no longer cool to say, like, I've been on 100 million days on, let's say, semen retention or no-fap and have nothing to show for it. It's no longer cool to do that, because, I mean, you can go on no-fap for a very long time, for the entire year, but if you don't really accomplish anything that you can say, that you can go back and say that you did, then it pretty much was for vain. Because the whole point of, let's say, seed retention, the power of no-fap, is so your increased energy, your increased confidence, your best version of yourself can let's say manifest things, can acquire things, can get something that's tangible, that's very tangible, that you can basically show others of, hey, this is what I accomplished while I was on seed retention. The thing is, the caveat is just, like, a lot of guys, let's say they go on it for a very, let's say, very, very long time, and they still have nothing to show for it. They're still pretty much the same person. It's just that they have amplified energy, and they might even look a little bit crazy because they don't really know what to do with it. Like, they have to, the thing is, you have to utilize the, let's say, retention, and you have to use that energy to sort of morph your outer reality. Meaning you have to do things, that you normally might not do if you were on PMO. You have to do things that you normally would not do. And the reason why you normally would not do it is because you don't have as much confidence. Like I said, the best thing you can do for yourself, if you really want to have a little bit more acquisition of funds, maybe better social skills, charisma, better relationships with women, is to increase your mood. That's the default. Everything that pretty much is done is pretty much for the advancement of your life, basically. It's pretty much for the advancement of your life. It's so that you're in a very good mood, so you're allowing very good things to happen to you. You can't really the very things that you can't increase your awareness if you're always in a bad mood, because you're always going to block things from coming to you. The thing is, you have to get it to a point where your mood, your vibration, your essence, your aura is very, very high, and that allows you that allows you to attract the very best in your life. It pretty much allows you to attract the very best in your life. It's a catch-22. The thing is, the caveat of, let's say, semen retention is this thing called delayed gratification. If you can live your life in a delayed gratification type of way, then you're pretty much gonna get everything that you want, because the let's say the thing that you need before you reach, let's say, a certain level of life is let's say discipline and delayed gratification. If you can give up instant things, giving up things that, like, giving up that whole, like, let's say, hookup culture where you like get it once and you never see her again, or giving up things to temporarily make you feel good but then you come down off of it. If you can give that up and then you can trade that for something that you can build that can, let's say, sustain you in the long run, you're pretty much going to win at life eventually, because this whole society is built off of instant gratification. It's built off of instant gratification. If you want, let's say, a new car but you can't afford it, it doesn't matter. It doesn't really matter. Get a credit loan and then pay it off in 3-4 years. If you want that new house, which is another liability, it doesn't matter. Get a mortgage and pay it off in the next 20-30 years, even though you can't afford it. We live in a delayed gratification type of instant gratification type of world. But if you can be the 1%, or let's say the top 5% who can, let's say, delay their gratification, then you're pretty much going to win at life, because nobody else is doing this. And let's say the power of seed retention really can help you transcend into new heights of your life. Your social skills will shoot through the roof. Your primal instinct will shoot through the roof. You will become a new man. People will look at you with admiration. You will be looked at as the top dog. The thing is, you pretty much don't have to do things that the normal guy who isn't, let's say, on retention and who hasn't been leveling up has to do. Because the thing is, society makes this thing where they put, let's say, sex at a as a let's say, priority. And if you put it as a priority, if you're always chasing tail, if you're always trying to chase to try to, let's say, get her, you're always trying to work your way up to her, then you're never going to have her in your grasp. You're never really going to have her in your grasp, because it always seems that you're never good enough. But the thing is, if you can ascend to the top, because the thing is, like I said before, women are hypergamous. Someone, let's say, like Drake, who's literally at the top of the totem pole, he's literally in the type of social class, I guess you could call him as the top. He's in the top percent, so he is going to attract, let's say, 99% of women, just because he is, quote unquote, the top guy. And this is how it works. So I mean, a lot of guys think that you're gonna have, the thing is, you don't need to be Drake, but the thing is, like, there has to be some sort of thing that you're leveling up, that you can say you're, let's say, the Michael Jordan of something that you're really passionate about, that you really, let's say, can talk to people about and know what you're talking about. You have to be good at one specific thing. If you're good at one specific thing, then it's a lot easier to, let's say, attract, let's say, people, women and men alike, because you figured out something. Because this, like, you figured out something. People are attracted to people who figured out something and then can tell them about it so they can help them out. It's called being the advancing man. So the power of seed retention is, like, let's say, it really can help you. It can really help you, like I said, get things that you want, because you're practicing the art of delayed gratification. The art of delayed gratification. You're giving up something instantly for something better in the long run. If you can literally live your life like this, and not a lot of people are going to live their life like this, but the person who actually lives their life like this is pretty much going to have the means of life. He's going to have the best means of life because he's not an instant man. He practices faith. He practices persistence. A lot of guys, let's say, if something maybe is something bad is happening to them, like if something that doesn't really fall through, maybe it's in business, maybe it's in a relationship, maybe it's something at work, they put on a pouty face and their mood changes with the situation. And if you act like this, you'll never be a real leader. You'll always have to submit. You're always submitting to life. You'll always have to submit to life. But the man who sees adversity right in front of his face but still has the same mood as if it wasn't even there, because he knows in the back of his mind that naturally the natural state of life is to be normal and good. And if he's, let's say, practicing patience with things and his mood doesn't change whether things are going good or going bad, then he pretty much has the commands of life, because he doesn't deter his mood and how he acts regardless of his situation. This is a skill that few people can have, but the real leader has this skill. The leader of men, the leader of women has this skill. Because if your mood constantly changes with how things are, then you can't really lead a family. Because if things go bad, maybe you lost your job or something, or something happened to your house or something like that, and you're gonna have an emotion, and you're gonna be emotional about it, that pretty much is like kind of the woman's job to be emotional about it. But if you're emotional about it, then she doesn't know where to look, and she can't, let's say, trust you enough, and things are really gonna turn really bad for you. But the thing is, no matter what happens, you have to have that deep belief that things are gonna go back to normal and maybe even better, no matter how things currently look. And you just have to act out on that belief and then do things that can propel you to that belief, no matter how things currently are. That's pretty much it. Like, this is a very powerful skill that can really help, let's say, transcend your life if you're willing to do it. And no-fap seed retention really kind of helps you get there, because it gains you confidence. So if that made sense, comment below, and we'll see you in the next video.